everyone. Hello. So we're back. We're gonna continue our our dungeon tour that we're doing. I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do today, but I think that's kind of what I settled on. There's obviously like a lot of other things that I want to go and stream and stuff like that. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's start off the week with something a little bit, like slower, whatever. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I feel like there's a lot of stuff coming up for Guild Wars 2, in the sense of like not necessarily updates and stuff, but like things to really like stream. Because starting tomorrow we have the Dungeon Rush, and then we have like in May there's a few things coming up and stuff. So I'm gonna be investing a little bit of time in Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, because Guild Wars 1, even just so you guys know, for those of you that haven't played Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 1 has its 20th anniversary this year, and it's actually coming up like I don't know exactly when, but they said that April 15th, which is in like a week from now, like a week and a day or something. Or no, is it like, what is today? Today's the 7th. So it's like tomorrow in a week. Yeah, so tomorrow in a week, they're doing an announcement. They're announcing what they're doing for the anniversary. And it sounds like that they're bringing back, what they're doing as, they're bringing back some of the old exclusive skins. We don't know the details. We just know that they're bringing back some exclusive skins that haven't been available to people. They're going to be added into the loot pool permanently. As far as I understand how that's supposed to go, and then they're also adding some quests that are supposed to kind of be like tied to those weapons or something along those lines. So they're making like a big announcement pretty much for the anniversary, and it looks like they're doing something like something to actually permanently increase like stuff in the game, like loot that you can get. A lot of people are hoping that this is like pre-order. I think there was like pre-order bonuses and stuff like from way early on that have never been made available. There's some from like different, like some Asian servers that they had like a specific weapon set there that we haven't gotten, or like specific weapons or whatever. So there's a lot of like things a lot of skins that haven't been available in the game that are gonna come back into the game, which is, I'm not huge on the skins in Guild Wars 1 really. I feel like we don't really get to look at them as much, and they're not really like that shiny and amazing that I'm like, ooh, cool. But it's just kind of nice, because I feel like the most important part for me is they said that they're gonna be adding some quests. There's gonna be some quests. I don't know if they're gonna be limited time quests or how that's gonna work. But the thing is that I think I'm probably gonna be streaming that, right? Like I don't know exactly when that's gonna be releasing or whatever. But I think that it'll be really cool to kind of see some new quests come into Guild Wars 2, or Guild Wars 1. I'm sorry, Guild Wars 1, and we can just kind of play that whenever that comes out. So I'll be doing that, and I might be doing the Dungeon Rush for Guild Wars 2. We'll see how I feel throughout the next couple of days, and we'll do that. And yeah, and I want to continue Elden Ring. I want to kind of finish that, the Pyromancer playthrough, which has just been super fun. It's been really crazy, and it's super fun, and there's a lot still there to do. And yeah, and I've been very, very excited about like other games that I want to play with you guys. Like there's a lot of other games that I really want to play through. Obviously, also, Nintendo Switch 2 and all that stuff. It was crazy, and I kind of wanted to, like, as we start here, like, as we kind of wait for people to arrive or whatever, but I'll talk about it for a little bit. But it's crazy because I kind of thought about it, right? Like, a lot of people have been talking about, like, the price tags on it, and, there's the whole situation with, like, they've been put on hold because they might raise the prices and stuff. And it's really funny because it's been so, like, I thought about it, and I was like, okay, well, can I justify buying a console right now, right? Like, how do I justify to myself to spend that money? I'm always that type of person. I'm a very, like, pragmatic when it comes to, like, anything like that, like spending money and stuff. Like, I do have my days where I do like impulse buying and I buy like random stuff and I'm like, why did I buy this? And like, you know, I hate myself after the fact. Um, but like one of the things really is that like I sit there and I'm like, okay, how do I justify a big price tag, right? For like, I think in today's age, you know, it's like for us regular people, you know, that's like a pretty big chunk of money. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know, the last time that I bought a console was over 9 years ago. Like, I have not bought a PlayStation 5. I've not owned an Xbox anything in many years. That stopped with the Xbox, with the first Xbox. The only Xbox I personally ever owned. My sister has owned the 360 and the one that came after that, Xbox One, whatever. I don't even know. See, I don't even know about Xbox at all. But I've always been like more Nintendo / PlayStation, and then obviously in like the last decade or so, I've moved to like 95% of like PC gaming. But the last time I bought a console was like 9-10 years ago, something like that. And I'm like, I haven't bought, like, the Nintendo Switch was a present that I got for my birthday, so I didn't actually buy that. But yeah, it's been a long time, so I was like, you know what? If I buy like one console a decade, I think I can justify that. So I'm hoping that the prices aren't going to be going up too much for the Nintendo Switch, and that I'll be able to stream that with you guys as well, play that, and you know, and that'll all come in the summertime and stuff like that. But until then, we still have a lot of different games. I've talked about all these different games that I want to play with you guys, that I want to get through, that I want to do with you guys. So I'm very excited to kind of get through like Elden Ring and then like do some of these other games, you know. I kind of don't want to start all these different games because then I'm kind of like all over the place with everything. I'm still thinking about the Guild Wars 2 challenge mode as well, the challenge run. I've really hit like this wall where I'm like, okay, I don't know how to make this actually work. So I've still spent a lot of time thinking about that, just so you guys know. I haven't forgotten about that. It's just a matter of, you know, I don't know how to make it. Like, I've been thinking about, like, okay, where can I add some, I guess you could say, like, contingencies or, like, different, like, rule sets where I could make it more of a smooth experience. Like, one thing that I thought about the other day is, I was thinking, if we can't do the cooking, right? I've already talked about that because it looks at my whole bank, and like, obviously that's just kind of, I feel like that's kind of cheating, because then you're going to be able to like make whatever food, you know, and just kind of work through that. It's not really like, that's not how a survival game really works. So I was thinking, okay, well, we do finish hearts and we do have karma merchants, but we can't have equipment, right? But what about items from karma merchants, right? Like, what about buying you know, things that I could use as weapons, like different rocks and stuff like that. Like, I feel like maybe there's something there too, where I could say like, okay, fine, you know, I could say like, you know, like, or food or something, like food specifically that I could buy from karma vendors and stuff. So I've been thinking about that a lot. I might have to like do another couple trial runs to see. But anyways, we're here. We're gonna be doing the dungeons. We're gonna continue the dungeons. Oh, I did not go through the inventory. I told you guys I would, and I did not. I lied. I started a new character today. So the Earth Mage was kind of like really boring, and I was like, you know what? I'm really not invested in this at all to level this character. I got that character to like level 5, and then I was like, I don't really enjoy this. So what? I looked over because the thing that I threw away was like making noise in the trash can. Lockpick. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So the thing is that what was I saying? I totally even lost my train of thought. That completely took me out of whatever I was thinking about. Hold on. I don't even remember. Oh, the other character.
I'm not
So I
impressed.
got rid of him because I was like, you know, I'm not invested in this Earth Mage thing. Whatever. You know, it's more fun in Guild Wars 2. I will tell you guys. It seems more fun in Guild Wars 2. So I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing that. But I did create and I know it's really not probably going to be a good character, but I created a dervish, and I made I'm gonna be making the dervish into like a mage type, where he's gonna be using like spells and stuff instead of like using a scythe. And I'm gonna try to see if I can build something fun that way. So that's gonna be my next project. Like, that's the cool thing about Guild Wars 1, you know, it's like it has kind of the same qualities that Guild Wars 2 has in that sense, you where you can really like sit down and you can come up with these different builds, right? And it's in Guild Wars 2, really only in PvE you have the freedom of like playing whatever you want, because like open world PvE at least, because you know like power creep has kind of like taken over a lot, right? So a lot of things are just kind of like, you know, you can get through open world PvE in Guild Wars 2 with whatever build, right? Which is kind of nice. So it gives you the freedom of doing whatever. You know, in Guild Wars 1, it's like power creep hasn't taken over, but what you can do is if you come up with an interesting build, you can build your heroes, your group, to kind of help you out and build some synergies between the two things. Like we're doing with this build, right? We're kind of like building on conditions, right? We're doing shouts, pets with conditions, right? And we're kind of building off of that, and it's kind of working out for us. And we can actually go through like end game content. I'm not doing hard mode. Hard mode is probably going to be too much for me, but you know, we're doing end game content, and we're getting through it, and we're doing, you know, and it's working pretty well. So that's kind of the freedom that you get in Guild Wars 1, right? In Guild Wars 1, you get the freedom of like, hey, you can do the you can do whatever build you want. You just have to build your heroes to kind of accommodate for the things that you might be lacking or whatever. You know, it might not be like a meta build or whatever, but if you have fun with it, like I said, there's one build that I created that is still incredibly fun, and I highly recommend. It's one of the most fun builds that I've ever created in Guild Wars 1. It's a character that because I always like go through and I'm like, oh, I don't play that character, I delete, you know, and then I make like a new character because I'm just like, it's whatever, you know, it's not a big deal. The birthday presents aren't that great anyways in Guild Wars 1, and there's really like, you know, if you don't play a character for that many years and you've never really like, you just kind of leveled it up, you tried it out a few times, you have no real attachment to it, it's just like whatever, you know. But there's one build, Necromancer. I made a Necromancer. I talked about this. I made a Necromancer in factions, and this was during the time of Winds of Change. Okay, this was when Winds of Change came out. And Reiko Murakami, the bad guy of Winds of Change or whatever, I made her like sister or whatever, right? Because Reiko, I think it's Reiko. She is a mesmer. So I made a necromancer, who was like supposed to be like her sister or whatever, right? Because I was like, I really loved Reiko as a character, and she became this like, I was like, okay, well, how do I don't want to use necromancer spells. I want to use something else. So I ended up using assassin spells from like the Shadow Arts line or whatever. Oh man, and it's so much fun. I gotta show it off someday. It's like, it's a really cool build where you kind of because many of the spells from the assassin are half range, and many of them deal with like conditions. Again, we kind of like deal with a lot of conditions there. But it's also, there's a lot of them that teleport you around. So the whole build, and I haven't played in many years now, but I had a really good time. You teleport to the character, and you cause all these like pretty much explosion of conditions, right? Where you're like inflicting all this stuff, and then you teleport back out of it. And you kind of just keep jumping around like that, and it's super fun. It's kind of effective actually. Like it's actually pretty good. So that is definitely a build that I created at some point that I really enjoyed. So all right, so Rhaegus Menagerie. I don't know if we read this, but great dangers awaited deep within the earth, where a Char named Rhaegar man-eater bred a race of murderous creatures. These creatures, known as flesh reavers, were horrible, voracious monsters with an unusual evolutionary method. Oh, we did read all that, right? Where the young flesh reavers were just skeletons with skin on them, and then the parents had to like kind of like harvest muscles, organs, and fat and stuff from other creatures and kind of build it into the flesh reavers, kind of building up their children. And Rhaegar was like this guy that bred these guys, and he was trying to like attack the humans with that. So I just need to look. All right, so we're doing the Cathedral of Flames. Now this is very interesting because the Cathedral of Flames, we have already done the Cathedral of Flames. Okay, like the Cathedral of Flames as a dungeon is pretty much so. When we went over here and we had to free the fierce warband, right? Like Pyre's warband or whatever. We had to do Temple of the Damned. Veiled Threat. Yeah, so we did Veiled Threat, right? We did all that last time. We're doing Temple of the Damned now, right? So we went in there and there was Char, right? We defeated the Char Flame Legion, right? They were taking like these prisoners, whatever, we went through it. But now that it's been cleared out, ghosts have now taken over. And this is really cool because we're going to be meeting Mordecai, right? You guys can kind of see the name right there, Mordecai. Mordecai is actually, when you go in Guild Wars 2, when you come to Grothmar Valley, right? You come here. Murakami actually appears right where the Doomlar Shrine is. She actually comes out, and it's like part of this event chain, right? Where you have to like go and you have to defeat her and send her back into the dungeon that she came out of. But we're actually going to be doing that in Guild Wars 1 as well. Kind of like how in Ascalon, in Guild Wars 2, in the Ascalonian Catacombs, it's the same thing. You go through, you fight the Ascalonian ghosts, and once they disperse, you have these other, what were they called? The Gravelings? The Gravelings. The Gravelings come out, and like that's kind of your goal, to defeat the Gravelings. You know, after the ghosts disperse. Here's the same thing. So we got rid of the Flame Legion inside of the temple. Now it's ghosts coming out, and we have to actually go and disperse them. So that's gonna be our goal here. Alright, and we actually get like a lot of dialogue here. This is not a master difficulty. I don't know how difficult of a quest it is. The thing is, and I will tell you guys, our conditions, again, we're kind of running into the issue of conditions. So the first dungeon that we kind of had the issue that a lot of our conditions didn't work because everything was on fire. Was that the reason? Right? It was like nothing could bleed or burn or whatever. Now we're gonna run into the same thing because ghosts can't bleed. I think they can burn, but they can't. So there's gonna be some conditions that aren't gonna be working. We're gonna get that same stupid sound effect that we always get, and part of our team isn't gonna be very effective, which is okay. It is what it is. I'm thinking of like maybe because of that I shouldn't take this. I love the sniper support, I really do. I'm trying to think. I'm kind of trying to think of like, should I take like a summon with me to show you guys like something, like switch it up a little bit? We could do Mersat. Ruby Jin is probably more effective. What does Enervating Charge do? That's the ability that the Mersat has. Enervating Charge. Oh, it is a weakness. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do that. That's actually kind of nice. We're gonna do Mersat. We're gonna just take a Mersat. We're gonna kind of change it up a little bit. Even though there are some Char, just so you guys know, there are some Char in this dungeon. But I think by the time you get like through the first floor, like you don't even see those anymore, so it's whatever. So we're gonna do Mersat. We're gonna hang out with the Mersat. If you guys have watched my most recent video, I do show off the Mersat ability there as well. You can kind of see the Mersat that hangs out with us. But it's kind of cool to summon your own Mersat. I think that's kind of badass. So Pyre ordered Fierce Blade and I to search the temple for anything of value. We discovered a blocked passage. Blocked for a reason, as it turned out. Burnstone and his band had a pretty pile of Ascalonian treasure down there, sacked from the ruins. You'd think being suddenly rich would solve all my problems, Mouse, but the issue is the spirits attached to the treasure hall haunt these vaults. Seems one called Mordecai is creating a storm of souls to unleash on you mice and the Char alike. We thought you'd have an easier time getting rid of them, seeing as they're your species, or were. Or look, I just don't like dead things. We tried to liberate the spirits with steel, but they keep coming back to the relics. Pyre needs those relics to fund the battles against the shaman's forces, and nobody wants haunted gold, trust me. Set your mind at ease and free the spirits. Okay. So they're trying to fund the revolution. And the thing is that... and this is something that's kind of special in this dungeon. So you guys will... There's actual relics in this dungeon. So I think this is kind of one of these exceptions. I don't know if there's other dungeons that have it at all. But this dungeon has 2 relics that will drop randomly. We have Golden Rin relics and Diessa chalices. Okay, both of which are obviously Ascalonian, right? Rin being the old capital of Ascalon, and Diessa being like, you know, we know that Diessa is like over here, you know, Diessa lowlands, right? Like we know all this, right? Like Rin is down here somewhere. I think it's like right here. And Diessa is over here. So, you know, this is where they come from, right? So they have this, the Char had this treasure vault where they had these artifacts. And they can drop here in this dungeon. This is the only dungeon that has like these weird drops. As you can see, there's no description. You can't sell them, right? Like they're kind of strange because like many things have like descriptions and they like say things underneath them, what the value is and what they do, whatever. But these guys are just like it. But we're actually gonna find out. So we're gonna go in there now. We're actually gonna find out. Can I? Okay, there we go. Yeah. So we gotta go into the Cathedral of Flames. So we actually have Occam over here, who is a collector. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. I think, so we're gonna do the beacon. These guys actually. You look weak. So you can get a blindfold. So this is a reference to, apparently the Matrix, where Neo gets like, gets this blindfold. But if you find 50, and it's really rare to get both the Rin relics and the chalices, it's very rare to have them drop. Like these are rare drops. They only drop once in a while, and it's very uncommon to have them drop very often. So this is kind of like a prestige, one of the end game rewards, one of the prestigious rewards. Eye of the North had many of these where they had these armor pieces that you could acquire. There's many different ones that you could get, and this is one of them. So this is a reference, like I said, to the Matrix, but it says Torg wasn't the only one captured by Pyre's warband. I thought they spared me, but then Gron made us investigate that passage. We barely escaped with our fur on our backs. If I don't come back with something, it will be the end of me. I was told to collect 50 distant chalices. So this is one of the Char that Gron and Pyre's warband kind of took prisoner. And they kind of used them. They were like, okay, you guys go explore these passages in the thing. If you guys die, oh well. And if you guys come back, then bring me something back, or we're gonna kill you. So he's looking for 50 chalices so he can bring something back to Gron. And yeah, so we have that here. And then there's Lars Bridge Eater. And there is a Dread Mask that you can guess, which for a long time, one of the like, you know how you have like certain outfits that are like very common, like they see like end game outfits, like in Guild Wars 2, give you a reference. In Guild Wars 2, the original release, you know, before we had any expansions and any other like end game content and stuff like that, and like new armor sets had been added. The one that everyone was wearing was the Citadel of Flame, like armor set. Like everyone was wearing that. That was like the end game outfit, right? Like if you saw someone in all of that, or like even the cultural armor set, because money wasn't as readily available back then, that was like super prestigious, and that was like what people like wore to kind of show off, like, hey, you know. But in Guild Wars 1, you had like the Dread Mask. The Dread Mask is one of those that a lot of people were wearing. Specifically, I remember a lot of assassins would wear this. Like assassins, you would constantly see assassins with a dread mask. But yeah, so Murkai was a necromancer who fought the Char in Ascalon, but now her spirits rage in this passages below. I'm in the same predicament as Dexstar over here. Bring me 25 of these. Okay, so yeah, so you can find these and you can get these prestigious sets, these item pieces or whatever. I want to look at this guy. What does he collect? I thought it was him, but it's not. How do they do it? How do those stone claws transform themselves like that? I must find out. Can you imagine shape-shifting golems? It would revolutionize our world. I would call them transformlums. Think about it. You could have a bench or a table one moment and a humongous battle machine the next. Who wouldn't want one? I need more of those claws. So what claws are these? I don't know what these are. Are these like, I don't know. He doesn't ever state what the actual claw is. I mean, I don't know. I guess whatever. It doesn't really matter. But go find me 5 stone claws. Okay. But yeah, anyways. So we go in. And yeah, so there is already, you guys can see crypt banshees, right? Like there's some char here still. But they're gonna become far and few between as we move on with our lives. Let's summon as Mursad. Well, I was interrupted, so never mind, we're not summoning Mursad. These guys are pretty strong, they do interrupt, so we have to be careful. It shouldn't be too bad, but we'll have to see. These guys are pretty strong. With their interrupts and stuff like that, they do a lot of AoE damage. I feel like specifically these ghosts, they might not be large in the groups that they have, but they have a lot of synergy because they have a lot of interrupts and then they have like really good AoEs on top of that, and it's kind of scary. So here we are, dealing with that. Couldn't summon my Mursad to help out. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Yeah, there's no bleeding here, so bleeding is senseless. These are friendly because they have dialogue with us, but they're gonna become enemies real quick. Say, this temple belongs to the Char Shaman. Leave now or suffer a painful death. Okay. I'm not leaving, so you guys can just summon the Mursad. Go, Mursad, do your thing. Alright, we have a Mursad friendly ally. Look, it's Maban. Let's just all act like this is Maban from old. The old Maban, and he's helping us. Wait, where did my mountain eagle go? What's with these pets sometimes doing weird stuff? Hello? Oh my god, the mountain eagle is stuck behind Lars. Wait, what? How in the world does that even happen? I don't know who the owner of that mountain eagle is, but everyone, no one gets stuck behind the thing, please. All right. I was like, wait, why is one grayed out? Because you can see that their name gets like kind of grayed out, and that means that they're like out of sight. Okay, so everyone's with us. All right, cool. We didn't finish these guys, but we're gonna finish them now. Not that I really needed them, but I was just like, this is so weird. I don't understand. Alright, go. Everyone attack. No. Alright, so here we have the area map. That's why I didn't use it, because it comes very early on. And it's a very, I mean, we've done this dungeon, right? But there's actually right here, I want to say it's right here, is actually a treasure. No. Oh, it's right here. And we get a dwarven ghost. So we have a ghost friend. Alright, cool. So this, you guys might remember, again, this hasn't been that long, but The hall we're coming into, I remember kind of like talking about it while we were in there and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. I really love that hall. It looks really cool. There's a lot of detail in there. And there's a lot of treasure in there. Just so you guys know, there's a ton of it in there. I'm going to collect everything, as always. As always. Okay, so here, it's kind of sucky having these guys. Because they're enemies. They're not friendly. So we're going to third party them. I think I'm going to go for the ghosts first. Just because I feel like I'm going to go for the flame shielder. Wow, that worked out really well. Yeah, sometimes what can happen is you can like be fighting one group and then the other group comes in and they don't attack them, they attack you. So even though they're enemies, they will focus on you, and it's very annoying. It's super annoying, but they're fighting each other over there. I've never seen that happen like that. I've done this dungeon so many times in the past. I wonder if it has anything to do with like the new draw distance and like them loading in sooner than they used to. But hey, whatever. Alright, so yeah, so if you guys remember this big hall, this dining hall or whatever. Oh, we have a locked chest. Oh my god, it's a fiery dragon sword. Let's see how good it is. It's improved sale value. Lovely. Summon Mersad. Go, Mersad, do your thing. Oh, I can't bleed him, that's right. I keep forgetting that. Alright, so if we use this, watch this, guys. Look at all the treasure here. Woo! Alright, so we have a lot of treasure here to uncover. And there's a lot more as we go further down. But again, remember, this is just level 1. Level 1 always has, like, the way lower rewards for those treasure chests because ArenaNet didn't want people to farm just, like, level 1. And then just like leaving a dungeon or whatever. So they were like, no, if you're gonna be using the Light of Deldrimor strategy to get treasure and stuff like that, you're gonna have to commit to doing the dungeon. So we have another dwarven ghost. We have 2 ghost friends. Ghost friends are always nice. We do like ghost friends. There's a lot of char on level 1, but these are kind of pushovers, especially with our title being as high as it is. They're really not that tough. They're really not that scary at all. Alright, so we're gonna do treasure here. See, we're revealing more and more. There's so many treasures in here. Alright, I got 36 gold out of that. Can we get rid of... No, don't let him use meteor shower. Thank you. It's the worst. Hey Jacob, how are you? I'm gonna go over here. I got 26 gold. See, it's not a lot that you get out of the... You do not get a lot of money out of those chests on level 1. Alright, my lockpick was broken. That's okay. We're gonna identify this. Not too shabby for the money. Sad suck, but the money is good. Alright, another 35 gold. As you guys can see, there was a ghost here, 3 treasure chests. There's more even as we go. So here, I think stay back, Mead. We'll kill you. We'll kill you along with the undead if we have to. Okay, whatever you say, bro. I thought this guy was gonna run, but that was actually during the story chapter that he runs to the door. So here we just have to kill the group. How are you, Jacob? I Hope you're doing swell, my friend. Okay, so we have a treasure here. Beautiful. Just gotta wait a few minutes for that. Look at all the treasure we already got. It's glorious. Level 3 unfortunately doesn't have that much. Level 2 has a ton, I want to say. Level 2 has like a lot, if I remember correctly. Alright, so we're done here. As you guys can see, there was a lot of treasure here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was a ghost here, and then there's a 6th one here. And then we had a ghost earlier on that we got. Alright, this guy is really funny. So this guy I was farming for so long because of the weapon that he drops. He drops the mage killer weapon. It's really not that good, but I love the skin. It's a great... I don't think he actually wields it. If I get that as a drop now, no, he does not wield it. If I get it as a drop, I'll be really, really, like, surprised. Reef Lurker is dead. No, I didn't get it, but that's okay. For each equipped signet. Somewhere around here is a... Okay, I did get... So there's 3 treasures still. I did get one here. Got 48 gold out of that one. Yeah, this is kind of dangerous. So we have Servant of Mordecai here. The one good thing that we have is we do have the pets. You know, the dwarven ghosts are dying, which is fine because the door, as you guys know, the dungeon ends down there anyways. But the pets kind of the pets kind of take the they kind of take the like the brunt of everything, which is kind of, it's kind of cool to be able to just kind of go in and just gung-ho everything. Alright, I'm gonna revive my pet. This is actually holy damage. This should do some good damage to him too. Yeah, 150. Alright, so we have a bunch of things that we can get. Yeah, unfortunately both ghosts died, but that's okay. So there's the Keeper, another one. So these are restless spirits. The Stalker is Hades, isn't it? Is it? It's not. Is it Jinns? It's Jinns. Yeah. Always interrupting me when I'm trying to summon. Hate it. But yeah, the pet's taking like all the AoEs away from us and stuff like that. That's gonna be probably our strategy for survival here. Go, go, go. I mean, this is definitely slow in the sense of how we're killing them, because bleeding doesn't really affect them, which means that like a lot of other things that we bounce off of that don't work, but at least we're making continuous progress. You know, that is kind of nice. So there was one here, wasn't there? Wasn't there one right here somewhere? There was one right here. I got 42 gold out of that. I mean, I did deposit my gold earlier, so everything we're making now is what we're making. I don't think this dungeon is going to take us as long as Rhaegar's Menagerie. This is not as long, so I'm probably going to do a second one after this. I don't know how well I'm gonna be doing in the next one because I just read what the next one is. I did earlier at least. Let me double check and make sure I'm correct. And that one is a tougher one. That one is a little bit of a toughie. Yeah. The next one is a little bit of a toughie and only has 2 levels. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, so the next one is gonna be interesting for you guys, just so you know. I don't know where all the treasure. There's one here. Okay. I mean, we're getting barely any gold even out of this. We're like making no gold out of this. So I guess there's one right there. Is that what it is, or is that a weapon? No, that's a weapon. All right, it tricked me. It looked like it was that regular stuff. All right, the keeper. So we gotta kill the keeper here. Amber died. That's okay. We can resurrect her. Go. Boom. Alright, so we're here at level 2. Level 2. Alright, there's a treasure right around the corner from here. Remember, this was the level they stuck us into when we went to the, like, different level of the Ascalonian catacombs. Which is really, really cool. I feel like there could be, like, you know, if you're gonna make, like, we talked about this recently, right? We talked about the whole idea of, like, other games that ArenaNet could do, or like, does it have to be like a Guild Wars 3, or does it, you know, like, what if, you know, like, if we take that thought and we say, like, okay, let's say ArenaNet had like an unlimited budget and like a team that was way larger, like 4 times as large as it is right now, which is, some companies have that many developers, right? What other stuff could they create, right? Like, what are some other things they could create beside, you know, Guild Wars? Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, right? Like, I could totally see, like, a dungeon crawler type of game that just deals with going into the Ascalonian catacombs. And you just, like, have, like, 100 different levels of, like, going through the Ascalonian catacombs. And you have like Ascalon as your hub world, and then you just go, and it's like a dungeon crawler, and you just go through, like, the Ascalonian catacombs. It's just so expansive that there's just so much to it, and they could build like a whole little game off of it, you know? I think that would be really cool. I'd love that. I think the treasure is right here. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Okay, so there's some further up this way, and there's some the other way. Ooh, we got some encrypted char battle plans. So this is really, really cool. So we might do that, you guys. We might do that mission afterwards, even if we get, you know, if we get done. I don't know. The dungeon isn't gonna take me that much longer, I don't think, but we'll see. I love this dead char over here. Look at him. Like, his whole body is like twisted. Alright, there's some traps here. Gotta be careful with those. I'm just gonna grab this. Get a bolt of linen. What did I get out of the other one? I got 125 gold out of the other one. So we go back. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back this way because the area map is down there, and we're gonna loop around. Like we're gonna connect over there. How stupid are you, human? Do you wish to rot here? Leave this place. Alright, so we have a treasure that's in that corner over there. And then there's a treasure like further up. I'm not afraid of you. You're just char. Just a couple of chaw. I don't know why they even gave them dialogue. Like, it's so weird. Why do they have to have dialogue for this? It seems like some of the dungeons received a little bit more effort than others did. Like having Rhaegar always say something to you and teleport around. This doesn't happen in all of the dungeons. I mean, we saw that in Cathandrax. In Cathandrax, there was no dialogue from anyone, from as far as I remember. You just kind of go through and that's it. You just go through, right? So I got 153 gold out of that one. All right, we have some enchanted bows and hammers and daggers and spears and oh my, right? So these are a little bit different. These are like the Orion weapons that we kind of see in Guild Wars 2, where they're like these disembodied weapons that are kind of just they're taking a life of their own and attacking. So there's a treasure right in front of this poison trap. It's really annoying to deal with that. So I'm just gonna have everyone kind of just stay over there so they don't accidentally go into the poison. I got an onyx gemstone. Nice. That's actually really good. I got a spear. Lengthens cripple duration, armor, damage. Damage while enchanted is nice, but the rest of the stuff is kind of sucky. Alright, poison trap room. We do not want to go in there. Morgan just jumped right in. He was like, I don't even care. We're going for it. Shouldn't be too bad to get through here. Just a few poison traps, but not sure really why this room in particular is a poison room. Kind of weird. Don't know why that is. Is there a treasure in here? There's not. Not that I see. Not that I remember. Enchanted weapons. Attack. Yeah, so this other character that I'm starting, this dervish that's gonna be spellcaster. I'm trying to, like, there's a couple of different builds that I want to try to do. I want to maybe do like a protection prayers. So instead of like being a monk, you're a dervish, but you can cast like protection prayer spells or something. I was kind of thinking of that, or I was thinking of doing like a mesmer, right? Like I want to kind of just do something a little bit different. So we'll kind of see what I'm gonna do with that character. But again, I love the beauty of that. That is one thing that the dual classing system really lets you do, is like you can like create so many combinations of anything, and like even if necessarily there's not another treasure down there. No, I think I'm just gonna go this way. You know, you can make any combination of anything, you know, and that's, to me, that's really, really cool. I love that so much. Being able to just combine whatever you want and just come up with something creative is just really, really cool. All right, 189 out of that chest. So we're getting increasingly more and more money. Just so nice. Because they only drop 99 and I only get like a little bit out of that. I don't even get a lot out of it. Okay. Are we done yet? Can we revive our pets, please? Morgan, please revive your pet. There's only 3 char here. Not to worry. Not too worried about it. Alright, coolio. There's a treasure. Is there a treasure back here? I don't remember. I don't remember if there's a... Is there a treasure somewhere? I gotta see it. There's not. But as you guys can see, there's a lot up there. And that's... We'll see what's going on up there. So we have Tinder Flamecaller. A bunch of char. He says, we say, hand us the keys. We're here to clear this place out. Clear out? Look, Amid with a sense of humor, you'll get no keys from us. This door is the only thing keeping the undead hordes from feasting on our marrow. It's time we trained you kittens. Alright. Wow, I love that. So they casted that on themselves. That was kind of weird. No, meteor shower on me? Okay. Alright. And he's dead. At least the leader is. Dungeon key. Maybe I should have taken the sniper support. I definitely kind of want to take, I mean, I did take the Mersad, but I might take the assassin support. Alright, so if you guys remember, these were the lava pools that we had, specifically this, during the April Fools. My last stream that I did, we did the April Fools. And we came down here and we had to kick the Terminator into the lava pool. So there's that. But there are actually treasure chests in the lava, so we can kind of see there's 2 of them, and you can see a little bit if you like kind of look, you can kind of see a little bit of flame coming out of the top when it gets lower right there. So there's one here. I don't know, I think the other, oh, right there, you can kind of see a little bit there. So if I stand in the middle, I can probably get both of them. There's one here and then one here. Boom, we got them both. 112 gold and 111. Wow, weird how they're like almost the same amount. All right, our healers are keeping us alive as we are just standing in lava, lava, just getting burned alive. It's fine. It's just fine. All right, and then we had the other ones. So the other 3 that we had earlier were from this. We actually have like lava spiders here. Needling lava strider. I mean, spiders that live in lava. How scary is that? That's just kind of weird, right? And these are gonna be somewhere in here. Oh, that Mersad's gonna. Maban, no. Maban was a mesmer. He wasn't an elementalist, but it's fine. Alright, so I don't see, I'm just gonna use it in the middle and see. Okay, I got 1 treasure. Did I get 1 treasure or 2? Oh, I got 2. I got 197 gold and a steel ingot. And then there's 1 more. I just don't see it. I don't see the glow. I think it was like was it here? I did not get it. Where is it? Is it right here? Somewhere? Is there a way to like look under the lava? There is. There is! Look, you guys. We can look under the lava and we can look for the glow. Hold on. Hold on. Can't tell. Is it right here? Oh my god. Isn't there a third? There is a third one. I know there's a third one. I heard it. Is it like further back here? No. I always thought they were like in a triangle formation, so I was thinking like over here or over here, but I tried both of those. That doesn't work. Can't see. I'm trying my best. Dude, it has to be like right here. It has to be like way off to the side, doesn't it? But I feel like I would have seen the sparkles by now. I don't see any. Like, at all. Oh, I did get it. It was over here. I did not see that at all. Now I see it is actually there. Alright, and it's just stupid charcoal. One of the worst ones I could get. All that for charcoal. It's a bad joke. Alright, anyways, we move on. So we got 3 treasures there, 2 treasures there. I mean, that was pretty good already. Like, we got a lot of money out of that. Alright, we got some plague zombies. And we got Vrax to condemn over here. I don't think I'm overly impressed with these guys, but a bunch of damage to them with that. Alright. Cool. These are just like, I think they're just all warriors. So they don't really have like a group composition. But we get all these guys. So look at all this over here. I don't even know which group I want to attack first. Probably these guys. Let's go. Attack. Interrupt me. They did not interrupt me. So now we have, instead of the keeper, we have the master right there. Let's focus on like one dude at a time, please. One of the pets leveled up. I don't know which one, but we're slowly getting to the point where they're all level 20, which is really, really nice. And it's nice that we have some hardy, some aggressive. Like, it's kind of nice that we have a mix of that. Jen, can you revive this? Is the Strider yours? No, the Strider is Gwen's. And we have enchanted weapons. I like us all to focus on one. Makes everything so much easier. Alright. Oh, we gotta rank up on the hunt. How are we doing on our rank for Risky Delver? We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Alright, attack! Yeah, damage. Alright, let's not focus on the boss. Ember, don't die. No, Ember, don't die. Alright, I'm gonna go for the master now. There's no more treasure here anyways. Just so you guys know, I've looked through this. I'm like, this is a massive room. How's there no treasure in here? But there really is not. There's no treasure anywhere in here. So that's the thing. I've run this dungeon so many times that I know exactly where all the treasure is. Level 3 is a little iffy because I feel like some of the positions on the level 3 change where the treasures are. But all right, we move on. Get the Keymaster. Get him. Go. Nice. Alright, so technically that ghost is supposed to flee all the way down there. And then we're supposed to kill it down there. But luckily we got ahead of that. I don't know if there's any treasure. There's one right over here. I love this little whatever this is. Looks really cool. Again, I don't think these are translatable. I think it's just like whatever, but it looks really, really cool. Whatever it is. It's a great little statue monument thing. Treasure. I got a monstrous claw out of that, which is actually pretty good. It's a pretty decent reward. Pretty decent reward. We're actually gonna, that's the thing, we're gonna actually see like a lot of, like, I was kind of wrong, I forgot, like level 3 is kind of a long level. Not gonna lie, there's like a lot to it. So we're gonna see a lot of treasure early on, but we're not gonna see too much later on. Like I said, it's like, oh, level 3 doesn't have that much. Level 3 has some stuff early on, but it doesn't have stuff later on. Like, they kind of front load this floor with treasure. There's nothing on the far side. Not that I remember. We're coming to this area, if you guys remember. So yeah, I was gonna say, there's some in here. But I love this room. This room is so cool with the fiery trees like that. Kind of a weird setup that I have here. The bleeding doesn't work, I know that. That doesn't work. That shouldn't work though. Alright. Oh god. Look at all these groups of enchanted shit in here. It's crazy. And if you're not prepared, they will wreck you too. I have died in this room so many times. Because you like, they're so close together too, and they patrol around. And if you just, you know, you get like a second group involved and you're just like, oh my god. You get flanked and it's just whatever. It's like, whatever, dude. Leave me alone. Somewhere in here was a treasure. I think it went away already. It was right next to me. Great. Alright, I guess I'm gonna fight this one group right here. this out of the way because I can't do anything with it, and I just hate to press it accidentally. Ember died. Awesome. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do my thing here. Or right Ember. I got 154 gold. So there's no difference between level 2 and 3. I want to say. Why can't I remember? Ember, come back. Alright. I want to look at something. Oh, that's right. So, in hard mode, you can actually get, and I was kind of looking for that because I didn't know. I was kind of confused, but so if you do, let's see. I'm looking at that hidden treasure thing. I'm looking at the details of hidden treasure. I'm just looking for. Okay, so the hidden treasure is when you actually go into hard. Oh my god, still fighting these guys? Oh, this is like the last group. Yeah, see, we got another group involved. So the treasures, the money that they drop in hard mode, they can even drop up to 300 gold per chest. So if you do, like, it's actually a good money making strategy. Like, if you have a dungeon that you are good at, that you really know how to like go through, like I would know this one, and you have like a really good setup for it as well to go through. You could come into like a dungeon in hard mode and like just find all the treasure around and just make buttloads of money. Like, it is a great way to make money. Yeah, I was thinking about that because I was like, you know, the amount that we're getting out of these chests seems really, really low, but it's because we're in normal mode. In hard mode, they drop a lot more. So we actually have, we have a treasure that we missed actually. Oh, and the Strider is in fact live. Who's that? Is that yours? Is the Strider yours? It is yours. You guys deal with the enemy. I'm gonna go back for that treasure. Yeah, right here. Got 142 gold. Yeah, you can get up to 300 gold. Imagine that. Like, every chest you open gives you like 300 gold. So there's one here, but then I think there's one on the like far side over there, isn't there? I think there is. So this is really cool. So these are like Ascalonian ruins almost underground. It kind of makes you wonder why they're here. Yeah, see, there's two over there. Got 196 gold out of that. Wow, that's a lot of gold. Jeez. So for this one, we have to go like all the way around. There's nothing else here. And like no enemies spawn, but you kind of have to like walk around. And I think it's back behind here. Yeah, look at this. Get this like hidden little alcove with two treasures. 189 and 187. But yeah, so you get these, like, you know, this is like the Ascalonian wall. This is definitely the Ascalonian emblem right here. So these are like Ascalonian ruins underground. It's like, oh, why? You know, was this at some point in time, like, you know, were the char driven so far away that at some point Ascalonians came here, like at the Doomlore Shrine? Like, did they drive the char that far out of here that maybe they build like an outpost out here at some point or something? And this was like a fortress, but this is like many, many years ago. Alright, so we're in the next room. Okay, there's no treasure. There's treasure over there, I'm pretty sure. So there's also the area map. I'm gonna summon my Mersad right now before we get into that, so that I don't get interrupted again in summoning. Kind of cool to think of the, like, what if scenarios, you know? It's like, what if we played a game like, you know, earlier we talked about a game that takes place in the catacombs, but what if we, you know, which obviously would be like probably in the past, right? It wouldn't be like something that's current Guild Wars 2. I mean, you could, but it would be kind of weird, I feel like. But what if you do like what if you do a game that takes place like way in the past, you know? Wait, what is down there? Is there a thing down there? That's kind of weird. Okay, we had something here. There was a second one somewhere. Oh, I got that. I unlocked this, I guess. Ooh, a lockpick. Lockpicks are always good. I'm always excited to get those. Vial of ink. Yeah, so see, this is like an Ascalonian house. I mean, you see it based on the, like, structure, the tile set, the whatever. Ooh, and there's a chest here. We can use that lockpick on, and we do retain our lockpick. Awesome. So there's something down there. Alright, gotta get across this little lava river. Can't jump. Can't jump. I think there's something in that corner over there. Let's see if I'm correct. There it is. And then that leads back to the fire room, fire tree room, fiery tree room. So we don't have to go back in there. We've already done all this stuff there. But as you guys can see, so we have a dungeon gate. We did find the key early on when we came in here. We get the key to the dungeon gate, but then we need the boss key to get in the boss lock. So there's like an order of how you need to do things. Really? We still have a guy alive here? Weird. Alright. So let's continue on. We're gonna go through. We could go. Could we go through there? I don't think you can. It looks like you could go through there. I don't think you can, but I don't know. I always like going this way. So I think this is where the treasures start dropping off. I think there's a few more that we can. Wait, is there a treasure up there? Did I just see something? Did I miss something up here? It looked like there was something. Oh, there is something right here. I did miss that. I'm glad I caught that before I left. 169. I did talk to this? I did. Okay. Don't want to leave any treasures behind. We need all the money. For what? I don't know, but who doesn't need money ever, right? Like, you can never have enough money. Alright. So this is where we get into, like, the ruin, the actual, like, closer to the main boss area, but I don't think, like, I think I did a tour. I mean, we might do a tour here, tour through here, because I just want to kind of see if there's treasure around in here. I haven't done this in many years, but I feel like there aren't any like treasures in here. Yeah, so let's see. Is there anything here? Nope, there's nothing here. So we have a locked chest. That char on the ground. We did not retain our lockpick was broken. The thing is, the chances with the lockpick, unfavored. I think it's, is it the lucky rank? I think the lucky rank increases our chances. So as we level up that increases our chances of retaining our lockpick. Alright, so here we have 2 groups. This is going to be kind of really dangerous for us. I don't know. We might not have to deal with the other group right away, at least. Wow, I love how they're like walking through the flames, getting set on fire, and doing okay. Oh, look, guys! It's Doric in front of the king, the gods. Pleading to take back magic. Oh boy. Oh boy. That really was well placed. Luckily we have good AoE healing, so that was always something very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. Hello everyone. We need to, I'm gonna focus. Let's focus. Let's give the animal army a target. Get that shock, dude. See, when we focus our targets, we do a lot better. Alright, coolio. I don't think there's, oh god. Is there a treasure down here? See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's any treasure in any of these rooms down here. At the very end. We're gonna continue using this whenever I can, just to see if something comes up. But as you guys can see, nothing has been popping. So there's a dungeon lock. I think there's treasures in this room. That room is full of traps though, and you gotta be very careful because it's one of those rooms that's full of traps and it has random pop-ups of enemies. So like random enemies will just like pop up everywhere in the room, and you have traps that are like gonna kill your whole group. So it's very dangerous to go into that room. And I try to like avoid even like, I just run in, grab the key, grab the boss, like pull the boss monster that has the key for the boss gate, and then just move on to my life. Like, I don't even go through there. Yeah, there's no treasure around here. Lovely. Alright. So let's go in here. Let's check out this room. So there's Mordecai Steward. You will not disturb the lady Mordecai. We get this cool room with the gods. Isn't that awesome? You get the the gods, the human gods there. So there's Lissa, Balthazar, Duena, Renth, Melandru. Super awesome. Alright, but as you guys can see, there's not a lot going on in this room, but it all pops up. Oh, I thought there was treasure. See, so we have traps on top of enemies that pop up. Traps everywhere. So it becomes kind of dangerous. Shock phantoms. Oh god, there's so many of them. There's no treasures. There's 0 treasures in here. So this was a really dumb strategy. Obviously there was like no strategy involved there. I just walked into it. What I tend to do when I do this like hard mode or whatever, if I do it on like my main, I usually will run in and I will pull the steward all the way to the beginning of the room where there's no traps and no pop-ups. And then you just kill them that way. So that way it's like, oh, we got a running camera. Alright, let's focus on one at a time here. Let's go for one. Let's go for this guy. And go for that guy. Go for the Banshee next. Yeah, I mean, I figured the pets would all die. Again, it's going to be kind of easy to revive them, and it's not a big deal that they're dead. Alright, let's get this guy. He doesn't have a lot of health. He himself is really weak, but obviously kind of a challenging room to be in. Alright, so you guys are trying to revive your pets, which is nice, but I'm going to order you guys to go over here. So we're going to be away from the traps. And then we can just revive our pets from afar. I don't know whose pets. I'm gonna have all of you guys revive. Just use it because I don't know whose pets are left. Morgan, is that your pet? One of you guys isn't reviving your pet. Oh my god, that reef lurker keeps getting shot. Oh my god. Come on, reef lurker, you can do it. Run! Run, little reef lurker. Yes. Okay. Oh, he made it. He kept dying on the way down. Little crab friend died. Alright, coolio. No treasure in here. I didn't see anything pop, so... Oh, come on. No flagging. Let's go, friends. We're off. Alright. Well, no treasure in there. I think there's some treasure on the... Is there some treasure in there? I don't remember. But I remember going through this tunnel a lot. I don't remember why. Was there a reason I went through here? I don't remember. Got interrupted. There's no treasure in here, so I don't know. Ember died. I'm guessing from the beam, from the ray of judgment. Got him. Alright, cool. 95 enemies slain. A lot of enemies are slain. Okay, let's see if there's a treasure over here. Is there a treasure over here? I don't know. Oh, hello. I didn't see you guys. Should have known. Oh my god, help! Revive. Or revive. I'm not dead yet. Heal me. Beautiful. Let's go for that guy. Alright, someone leveled up. Nice. We're almost at level. See, it's like kind of a weird star formation. Like, it looks like a person, right? It's like the head here, and then like an arm, a leg, and a leg, and you know what? Nados. But it's almost like a weird star formation too. They have all these like weird random like side corridors. But there's no treasure here. I think there's some in the final room. So we have fire traps here. So we went from poison to fire traps. They're everywhere. I don't think there's any treasure anywhere. So not that I remember at least. Is So, but it's fine. Even if we miss a couple treasure chests, it's okay. That's just a little added bonus. All right, so here we are. This is the final room. We didn't get to go in here the last time. Remember, we fought the bad guy, the whatever his name was. He was like out there by the by the stairs out there, and we fought him in that big room we just walked through. But Mordecai is actually in this final chamber. It's just fiery lava everywhere. And she says, so you've arrived at last. No matter, my cataclysm will let you feel death's sweet embrace soon enough. In the meantime, be a good little toy and keep my children entertained. Oh boys, it's playtime. And she summons her little friends here. I think what she does is, so you guys see a bar up here. So this bar, I believe, the way that it works is, once we engage her, that bar is gonna go up, and when she's, I think that's how it works. I don't really remember, but if that bar gets all the way to the top, is that right? Is that like how that works? It goes all the way to the top, and like she resummons all of these plague zombies that she has around in the room, like they revive. I think is how that works. I could be wrong. But yeah, it'll be fine. They're getting set on fire by this fire spout over here, so it's not even a big deal. They're literally dying from just standing where they are. But there she is, Mordecai, Lady of the Night. So this is Mordecai in Guild Wars 1, you guys. So random ghost in a dungeon. I did not grab that, but that's okay. I like going into the corner here and then just go, 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 everyone attack. She does summon others. That's probably gonna die one by one here, but that's okay. She summons these stupid servants. We can get rid of those. Yeah, there we go. Alright, nice. Can she bleed? She cannot. I mean, she's a ghost, but you always have to try. Sometimes they have like weird... Some enemies have like weird properties. Is there treasure in here? There's not. There's not any treasure in this room. Like, I misremembered that. Or again, sometimes there might be, like, I think sometimes some of those treasure locations do change. Like, they move around sometimes, but for the most part, I think most of them are always guaranteed to be in the same. Like, those lava pools that we had in the last level, I think they change. I don't think they're always, like, 3 and 2. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm misremembering all of this. Because as I'm saying this, I'm like, this doesn't sound right. Okay, her bar never filled up even close, so I don't know what that was about. Is the Strider yours? The Strider is yours. Okay. Alright, so we finished it. That was the dungeon. We get the exquisite Sirmia carving. Oh, we don't have space for that. That's okay. We'll get that. And then we get, let's throw these out, and we get that. Which is Bone Idol. And that's it. That's the dungeon. So, yeah, nothing too crazy, right? Like, some of these dungeons are very intricate. This dungeon was pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy. But they're so fun. The thing is, we're kind of dealing with, like, we're doing the regional ones first, right? So we did, like, all the Char region ones. And we're going to be going through and we're going to be doing all different regions. So you guys are going to see different environments and stuff. We've seen a lot of lava now. Cathandrax had like a lot of fire. The boss there was fire, right? Rhaegar's had a lot of like, there was a volcano and there was like all this fire stuff everywhere. But yeah, so let's read about this. Once freed, Pyre's warband sacked the cathedral looking for anything of value. In their search, they unearthed a blocked passage. Clearing the debris revealed a stash of treasure plunder from Ascalonian ruins. But there was more. The spirits of those slain for those spoils, for these spoils of war, had attached themselves to the treasure, haunting the vault. Worse yet, a powerful necromancer named Mordecai dwelled among them. She used the creature's unliving essence to create a storm of souls, which she planned to unleash upon human and Char alike. It fell to us to lay these disembodied spirits to rest and to suspend Mordecai's wrath, if only for a time. So they kind of reference this in Guild Wars 2 as well. So in Guild Wars 2, if you go to the is it in the in the Iron Marches early on in that little forest area, you have the little you have the house, the little manor there of Bria or something is her name. She's like this necromancer ghost. And she like keeps coming back, and she's not actually part, like she was revived through the foe fire, but she's so powerful that she was able to just kind of like not be influenced by it or something, and she has like free will. She's not bound to the foe fire curse or whatever. So this is kind of, I feel like they reference this with her, right? Because it's kind of the same idea where Mordecai is this ancient, or not ancient, but is this Ascalonian ghost that was killed by the Char because, you know, they attacked Ascalon, right? And but she was attached to the treasure, and she keeps coming back as a necromancer, using the other spirits as like a thing. It's kind of, it's a little bit of a callback, I feel like, but that's the Cathedral of Flames, not to be confused with the Citadel of Flames in Guild Wars 2. And then this is part that we need. This is the Surmia carving is what we need for to turn into for Gron, I think, right? Gron is the character. But yeah, there you are. We didn't get any single golden ridden relics or Diessa chalices, as you guys can see. Those are very rare drops. So getting 50 of them for the blindfold is like, that's a task. So that's why you guys see, like, when I go over there and I
You may be useful.
All right. I think it's only a matter of time before Mordecai returns, but for the moment, the spirits seem peaceable. With these relics, perhaps we can bribe our way out of camp the next time you aren't around to rescue us. All right, boom. So we get that. We got a lot of money. We've made almost 4 platinum from that one dungeon. So let's deposit. But yeah, as you guys can see, we didn't get a single one of these, which is kind of crazy to think about. You know, we went through the whole dungeon and we didn't get a lot of we didn't get any of those. So all right, we have that onyx. All right, I'm gonna sell all of this stuff, see how much money we make from that.
You want something meat?
All right, I don't want any of these. No. Alright, there you go. So we made some money there. Julio, we did it. Awesome. We finished so as you guys can see, we have another one done. So let's do a small little intermission. Let's do the plan. So we have one of the encrypted char battle plans. So we can actually put that in. Boom. Alright, and then it gives you a little, like, you know, a ciphered message, I guess, and then you got to use a specific cipher in order to like unlock it. So we can try all 3 of them. So we're gonna try the whatever cipher that's set there, and it doesn't decoded message. So that actually was correct. So we got the correct one. I think if we do the other one, it kind of gives you like an error, or it gives you like the scrambled message just comes out as a scrambled message, and you kind of like whatever. But it says right there, send 3 companies to Dragon Skull to stage wall breach under the full moon. Okay. I don't know if we need to. I think we need to. Do we need to show this to? I think we need to show that to her. Do we need to show that to her? So you might think, oh, like, just so you guys know, Dragon Skull is way up here, right? If you guys remember, like, Greenwich Courthouse is the closest outpost that we have. And you have to, like, we would have to, technically, if we were to go to the Dragon Skull, you would have to go over. This looks like a face. This looks like a, oh, face. Anyways, you would have to, like, travel on foot over here, right? That's what you think. But actually, when you do these battle plans, you do these instances. These are, like, little, like, instances that you can do. So let's talk to
Reported.
her. Okay, hold on, let's try this again. Let's put this in here. So use the polyalphabaric or whatever that said. And
Are you still here?
I've decoded some char battle plans. Good work, Spearmaster Raleigh. You've uncovered vital information. I can't spare any troops right now. Do you think you can handle intercepting the char and disrupting their plans? So as we see, they're sending 3 companies to the Dragon Skull to stage a wall breach under the full moon. So yeah, okay, let's go. So we're doing special ops. So this is really, really cool. I love this so much. So we're now here in Dragon Skull. Like I said, I guess it was up here, but it's actually over here. And we have to go and intercept 3. Do we go through here? Yeah, I guess we go through here. And we have to kill 3 of these troops. We have to kill these troops. And I guess they're around here somewhere. I don't know where they are. These guys? This one of the companies? It's a big freaking company. Holy crap. Alright, let's summon Ridlock. Why not? I have plenty of skilled ones. Let's go! Attack! Yeah, so you get these little missions. Again, really, really cool. Oh, these are only level 8. Okay, never mind. They're really weak. So we're probably gonna come to the actual strong enemies in a minute. I didn't even realize they're only level 8. So we lose the decoder, just so you guys know. We have to get a new decoder. We can get a new one for free every time, so it's not a big deal. But it kind of like eats the decoder. Alright, so that's that. So this is Dragon Skull. Why it's named that, we don't know. There's like an old Ascalonian building here. Right, we have like a skeleton. I mean, it would be kind of cool, again, to kind of maybe hear of the stories of that. Like, where did the names come from? Like, why is it called Dragon Skull, right? Obviously, this seems to be some kind of tar volcano thing in the middle of all of that. So maybe that has something to do with it. But it would be kind of cool to think that maybe during the last rising of the Elder Dragons, that maybe there was a dragon fight here, right? Like, maybe Primordus was here at some point, like came out of the ground or something and attacked, or maybe it was like a wyvern of his, right? We fought like destroyer wyverns before, multiple times. So, you know, maybe the skeleton is from that. Maybe this isn't a Giganticus Lipicus skeleton or something. I don't know. Or maybe this is a Giganticus Lipicus skeleton from one that actually fought a dragon here, right? Like, it's kind of cool to think that there's like backgrounds to all of these areas, and maybe at some point in time we'll hear about them, right? Alright, luckily we're making our way through here pretty fast. I was interrupted. They don't do a lot of damage though. I mean, I was like, wow, these groups are huge, but they're only level 8, so. Special ops. So we're doing special ops. Find and annihilate all 3 char companies. We have to kill 100 char. That's a lot of char. Holy crap. But we're doing pretty good. I'm not even worried about that char carving. I mean, I'm still gonna collect it, but alright, 44, so we're almost halfway there. I don't know how far this area spreads. I don't know. Okay, this is usually when the area ends. I was gonna say, I'm like, I think so we have to go, it's somewhere around the tar area, so we have to go. So I'm gonna go down here. There's probably some down there. Probably. Who knows? Who knows? Hello? Hello? Oh, we have a Siege Devourer. Alright, they're kind of making it a little difficult. Level 20 Siege Devourer. And we do have some level 20 enemies in there as well. Let's get the Siege Devourer. Go! Attack! Wow. We got interrupted. I luckily summoned someone right as that happened. Very cool. We can even use him. Look, you guys. We can mount the Siege Devourer. Boom. Yeah, attack. Boom. Oh, I saw. Look at all this money. Dropping all this money. Alright, we're gonna use their own weapons against them. It's only 14 gold. I mean, I'm literally getting nothing out of this. Alright, anyways. I'm guessing probably somewhere down there are some enemies. Just so you guys know, I'm zoomed out all the way. I cannot zoom out further. Enemy? Enemy? No enemy? Oh, hello. Big freaking move. Holy crap. We're going in! Look at this! Holy crap. Yeah! Whee! Alright. Alright, I've created... I'm gonna get out of this, just so you guys know. Just because I got so much of this overcast, I'm like, I just kind of... Alright, see, I don't even have to pay attention. These guys are just so weak. Alright. It would be kind of cool to have the special ops be like on timer. I mean, unless there's a timer that I haven't seen yet, but... Axe Fiend armor, what did we get? Let's see. Nothing crazy. I want to collect all of these. How much money do I get out of this? 2 gold? 2 gold. 2 gold out of that. What, 3 gold out of that? Oh my god, I'm getting rich. Rich. Let's go directly north. Where are we at now? 89. We could have another group like that. We'd be set. Freaking, there we go. Is that 11? I can't count. There's too many. Too much movement. I'm running in. Explode! 75 damage to everyone. Alright. This should be good, right? Like, should this be enough? This should be enough. Watch, we're gonna be at 99 by the end of this group. No, this is it. Just that guy and we're done. Get him! We did it! Mission success! And you get 1,000 Ebon Vanguard faction points. Cool, and we did a little special ops. Alright. Awesome. So, we did that little intermission. That was fun. Again, like I said, some like Eye of the North is really great expansion because they really they thought about like, okay, what can we do to kind of do like expand on a lot of different things that already existed in Guild Wars 1 and kind of like make it to the point where the content is gonna last for a long time. Like, you guys see how many streams I've been doing about like, and this is just the expansion of Eye of the North. Like, if we just looked at the expansion, you know how many hours I've already streamed this, and we're like not even close to being done. There's like so many other things. You know, we haven't, I'm not even gonna touch hard mode, you know, and we still have like dungeons to do. You know, there's still like a ton of dungeons. We haven't done the tournament yet. That's another thing, right? That's like another mini game thing that they kind of added. You know, we did Polymock. Like, there's so many cool things that they added in Eye of the North that I really, I'm like, man, I really love that, you know? So now we're doing the next thing. I just don't know. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. We're gonna get the next. I'm gonna do one more dungeon tonight. Like this time, I mean, we'll have to see how far I get in this dungeon. Let's be real. I mean, if it's a really quick dungeon, wow, look at this, guys. We're almost level 4. We'll be a mysterious agent. Ooh. All right, so we gotta go out here for the next dungeon quest. We gotta talk to Seer Fierce Rain.
I'm not impressed.
And he says, Pyre charged me. Hold on. He says, Pyre charged me with guarding our base and overseeing the siege weapons. The problem is we're extremely low on ammunition. I've been using gelatinous materials from the oozes inhabiting a nearby cave. That stuff is nasty. It sticks to everything and burns forever. I love to watch it burn. Anyways, it's nearly impossible to transport the gelatinous material of the average ooze without disaster. I lost a lot of troops trying, but we finally found one type of ooze that works fairly well. The prismatic form is stable enough to move most of the time. Bring me gelatinous material from prismatic oozes, then I should be able to cause a ruckus. So we gotta go to the ooze pits. We walked by that. Obviously, I could walk all the way down here. I mean, I don't think it really matters. We could do that as well. I'm already on. Oh, I actually, you know what? We're gonna go to Long Ledge because I do want to change what I'm taking. I want to take my I like my assassin. I like summoning my assassin. I also like using the sniper support, but do oozes bleed? That's the question. Let's have a look here. Jelly. I just need to look at this real quick. Okay, so they're not fleshy, which means they can't bleed, disease, or poison. And that is true for all of the oozes in there. So I don't think I'm gonna take that with me. I think I'm gonna leave that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like this, I think. That'll be fine. Alright. Yeah, just wanted to change that. No, I do want to change. You know, I've been wanting to change Gwen's. She doesn't use the channeling thing. So I'm just gonna give her like power drain or something. Oh, she already has power drain. Let's do drain enchantment. Why not? Alright. Let's go in. Alright. So watch it jiggle. We gotta go get some gelatinous material. Actually, I do want to talk to the Eskimo. We are gonna be fighting some. I'm gonna try to take the like least amount of fighting route, which is kind of like taking this path here. But there's gonna be some fighting for sure. I still don't understand the rabbit situation. I feel like there's something about those rabbits, but I don't know. Mandragores. I like having the assassin. Like having the assassin kind of be a body like right in the group of enemies is really nice. I don't know why. Like, yeah, he might die really quickly by getting all the attacks, but again, he kind of takes like the first wave of spells and he just becomes kind of a little bit of a meat shield. Like whether or not he survives for a long time doesn't really matter. So red iris flower. See, it's like, yeah, they defeated him, but at what cost? You know, they had to go in and use all of their skills on him. Oh, we get 33% more adrenaline. I forgot about that. I had to read. I was like, it does attack speed, but what else? What else? And it's adrenaline. We build more adrenaline. Stonewall. I'm really curious to see if they're gonna add another pet for the Janthier Wilds. We just got the bee, but are we gonna get something a little bit more on the serious side? You know, something a little bit more like, I don't know, Secrets of the Obscure had us like actually get a Cryptus. You know? Like, are we gonna get a Titan spawn pet? Right. Let's go through here. Okay. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out. I have this stupid message always sitting here, and it drives me crazy. And I never thought to like try to do something about it. Nothing helped. So, alright. Anyways, we're here at the Ooze Pit. Again, we kind of talked about this, right? This is where the arena is in Guild Wars 2, and you fight the oozes and stuff, right? Which was like, again, you know, Murkai is up here to be the Cathedral of Flames, like, you know, like, oh, that was a dungeon at some point, and yeah, you fight the boss of it, like, she comes out, you know, blah blah blah, trying to invade the world or whatever. We send her back inside of the cathedral, you know. But then we also have the Ooze Pit, which also gets a call back in that same area. It was really cool. I really love that map. I really love the map, you know, Grothmar Valley, because of all the callbacks too that they had to all these cool dungeons that I used to run all the time. I didn't do the Ooze dungeon that often, but I think we should be doing fairly fine in that dungeon. I hope that that's it's good. I'm still thinking about like kind of trying something different. So there's like, oops, no, I don't want to open Guild Wars 2 right now. There is like Epidemic. Like, I'm still thinking about taking, because spread all negative conditions and their remaining durations from target foe to all adjacent to your target. So that's kind of nice. I could take this. This is a core spell, mesmer spell. So I'm still thinking about that. Maybe I'll give that to Gwen to help spread the conditions even more. So I might take that. I was just thinking, I'm like, how can we improve on this condition-based thing? Even though we're fighting a lot of creatures that are like immune to the conditions that we're... Okay, can you guys kill that guy, please? There we go. Oh, there's 2 healers. That's why they kept healing each other. I was like, why is this one guy healing himself so well? But it was 2 healing each other. All right, we're in the ooze pit. Welcome to the ooze pit. Now this dungeon, I don't know this dungeon at all. Like, I don't even remember anything about it. Okay, so there's something at the end of that tunnel over there. So this is gonna be kind of a new experience for everyone involved, because I don't know what I'm doing. All right, we have some volatile oozes. Are they gonna explode on me? They're invisible. Why are they invisible? Oh god, what's going on here? They look like they're dancing! Dance! Let's see if there's anything here. There's nothing here. Oh my god, I always hate how the MOBA is just right in the screen. Freaking hilarious. Okay, we only the stalker needs to level up one more time, and then all of the pets. I love how. And then all of the pets will be leveled up as well. Look, guys, look at all the pets. Okay. Oh, we can't get in here. Oh wait, I didn't even see that one. Unstable material from the oozes should blast this. Okay, so do I need to kill an unstable thingy? Unstable material. There we go. Unstable gelatinous material. So this is part, right? So they make the ammunition for the devourers, for the siege devourers, out of these gelatinous items. But they only found one type that wasn't like just completely like wouldn't, you know, that didn't explode on like on just like transporting it on transport. I love this little, like, you get this weird sculpture that has like, oh god, we have some incubuses. Ooh, I have revealed a ghostly ally. We got a ghost friend. Ghost friend, go! Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. Shoot them all. Oh, lockpick. Oh yeah. We love me some ghost friends. All right, we got an area map. Oh boy. Alright, there's a lot going on here. Pressure plate door, ooze collector, pressure plate door, boss key, boss lock, prismatic ooze. Wait, is this a 1-level dungeon? Oh, it is. Okay, this is just a 1-level dungeon, you guys. This is just a 1-level dungeon. So, okay, so once we're through this. Like, this is it for the level. So it's kind of extensive, but it's just... There's another dungeon, and I guess it's not this one. There's another dungeon that's actually really hard. And I remember having, like, a lot of trouble, and I thought it was the ooze pit, but I guess it's not. There's an albino rat. Look, it's a little... Oh, look. Rare, but we do see some moths flying around. We have butterflies in the overworld, but they do have like these weird moth models. I don't know if they're supposed to be butterflies or moths, but it looks like a moth. Fluttering about. Like these weird ambient creatures.
You need me.
Hi, kids these days with their biting and their bopping, hitting, and hopping. Will they ever grow up? My boy Since got his heart in the right place, but he's just not cut out for the family business. Anyone who's choked full one of those Thicko's Belly Shakers brand ooze cups knows that the tastiest oozes are found down here. I'd send my boy, but he's busy doing his own thing. But you look like someone who knows good ooze. Tell you what, you go out and refine jelly. Double click to remove 15% of death penalty. So we might want to collect ooze materials. Go. See, they all attack the assassin. The assassin takes the brunt of the force, which is fine. He's just a summon. He'll die, and that's fine by me. Alright, so we have more unstable material. I'm gonna leave that on the ground. Obviously, we probably have more walls to break somewhere, because otherwise they wouldn't keep having this. We have a ruined bag. Do not put aggressive ooze in bags. See your... Yeah, so again, every dungeon has this little hint where they tell you where to get the quest to do the dungeon. Right? So we have Ancient Ooze as a boss here. Get the Ancient Ooze. I'm gonna do my little right in the middle of that. No treasure anyway. Alright, we actually get a blob of ooze here. Look at that. I'm gonna leave the unstable material. I don't know. Ooh, I'm slowed. Grasping earth. Hex on me. He put a hex on me. Oh, there's more. There's more. Oh, Incubus. Get him. Incubus are great enemies right now because we can make them bleed and we can use all of the conditions on them. Let's see if there's any treasure around here. There's no treasure around here. Alright. That is a early depiction or like a concept art of Abaddon, actually. Where he looks almost like a robot. He looks very metallic and robotic in the way that his helmet is and stuff. When he ended up being a lot more fleshy and gross, kind of later on, you know. Yeah, they're every. Oh god, we have a. Out of the way! Out of the way! Out of the way! Everyone, come this way! Come this way! There's a trap. There's a trap coming this way. Maybe. Oh, is this a permanent one? Oh, I think there might be a permanent ball that rolls around here. Oh, that's bad. Okay, is there treasure here? No, there's not. All right, keep going. Yeah, there's I was like, I thought it was coming our way. So there's a pressure plate here. Some sort of door mechanism. All right, go through here. So, yeah, as you guys can see, that ball will keep rolling through here. Is there a reason to even go down there? Oh god, there's two. Oh god, I did not know that. Oh my god, and I accidentally did that. Okay. Ada got killed. Does it give her a death penalty? It does not. These traps don't work? What's going on here? I'm very confused, you guys. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. Wow, my assassin was immediately killed. He was just like gone. Oh no! Ember got killed. Wow, Ember was the only one that died in that. Yeah. Gotta rank up on my Raider. My Raider rank up. Alright, we get some blobaboos here. Is there treasure around? There's no treasure around. Alright, I'm already going towards where I'm supposed to go. Should I be going the other way? Let's go the other way, you guys. Let's see if there's something more treasure on the other side. Maybe there's a secret treasure room somewhere or something like that. I do love the random chandeliers. Like, who installed that? I mean, I get the traps and all, but a chandelier? I don't know about that. So they just explode, these volatile oozes. I have a lockpick. I did not retain, but I got a guardian spear. Cold damage, health, versus hexed foes. It's actually not too bad. I don't know what we have for weapons on these guys. 14 to 27. 10% damage. That's pretty good already. Yeah, they both have that. They all have that. Do we use hexes? Well, actually, you know what? Before I do that, are these like, these are hexes, right? So we do hex foes. What does that look like? That looks different. Let's give her that. Why not? I change it up a little bit. Just some of the weapons that we got. Let's see if there's treasure. Why is there no treasure anywhere? What is happening? So lame. I mean, this is only one level. It's a one level dungeon anyway, so I don't know how much in treasures we could really get. So this is not gonna be the best. What is the dungeon that I'm thinking of? There's a dungeon, and I remember like completely like this was on. I streamed that like years ago, years and years ago. And I remember like completely like just not, I was like, I'm not gonna make this. And I kept having to like, I remember using a bunch of my like, my 4-leaf clovers and stuff like that for it. I remember that. I don't know. Is there no treasure anywhere here? Let's see. Reveal. Nope, nothing. Alright, volatile. No, unstable ooze explosion. Are they fighting each other? Why did they have half-life? Why were they already like super damaged? That was kind of weird. Alright, do you drop some gelatinous materials? They do not drop a. See, this would be perfect to have like a secret passage. I need to find some gelatinous materials. I need to go back and get some gelatinous materials. Yeah, I get it. I get it, dude. I understand. I already blasted one wall. It wasn't accidental. Alright, there we go. We can collect that. This drives me crazy. I didn't even realize how. Sorry that I'm yawning. I didn't get an energy drink. I have one downstairs. I just didn't bring one up. I don't want to line these up. It's not perfect, but it'll be fine. Yeah, it's not perfect. Don't judge it. Don't judge it. Alright, we have some material. I do think that there is somewhere in a parallel universe or whatever, you know, separate timeline or whatever, that there is a Guild Wars 2 that focused on doing dungeons, open world dungeons, and that kind of continued what they did with Eye of the North, where they just really went ham on, like, you know, instead of having, because I really didn't like, oh god, how does that, okay, I love how that stopped and then turned and then moved. Oh, it goes back and forth. Got it. I really didn't like the idea, and I never have, and I've never been a big fan of it. I think it took away from the experience, and I think it took away from what dungeons were. But the idea that you have a story mode and then 3 separate explorable paths through it. Because first of all, it made the dungeons incredibly short, right? Because they couldn't have 1 hour long adventures that you go, okay, so we would be coming from this way. Let's see if there's any treasure. I'm gonna go back that way. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, how does this move? Does it go in a circle? It does. Makes no sense how that thing moves, but that's okay. Just goes in a circle. We'll go around it. Just want to see if there's a... Oh, I didn't mean to hurt the albino. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think it took away from the experience that was the Guild Wars dungeons. I think if they had done what they did with the Eye of the North dungeons in Guild Wars 2, where yeah, you could have a story mode and an explorable mode, right? Which is kind of what a lot of dungeons in Eye of the North did too. Like we just saw earlier, you know, we went through the Cathedral of Flames when we did the Warband of Brothers or whatever that mission was called, right? We went through that, and you know, in the story, and then we came back to it, and it was then a dungeon, a proper dungeon with like a big boss at the end of it, right? Which, like, with new enemies, and you know, we went a little bit further in or whatever, and we've seen this a couple of times, right? Like we've seen this a couple of times. We will see this a couple of times, because there's going to be certain areas, like we're going to go in here, a gate too far, for example, kind of puts us into Raven's Point. You know, there's certain ones that kind of bring us into some of these dungeons that we will be dealing with. So they kind of, that was already a concept introduced in Guild Wars 1 that they then carried over into Guild Wars 2. But the thing is, like, I don't know, to me it kind of feels like if they, you know, that concept itself is fine, right? Having a story mode dungeon pretty much, and then having an explorable path. But they really should have done, like, the way that they should have done it, the way that I feel, oh look, we got rank 3. The way that I think they should have done dungeons in Guild Wars 2 is they should have done the story path, which is the shorter version of the dungeon, where you kind of go in and you kind of don't see all of the things. And then you do the explorable path, and it's like, you only see, like, let's say a third of the dungeon when you do the story mode. So you go through, you find all these intricate things, only to find out that there's actually, like, way more to the dungeon later on. And you have, like, and you go through it, and like, you only really realize, like, as you do the explorable, like, oh my god, there's a lot more to this. And you start, you know, and you see this whole big thing, and so it takes it from, like, being, you know, early on, like now you can get through the dungeons in like 10 minutes, all of it. Like, you can literally go through the whole thing in like 10 minutes. It's crazy easy now. But back then it was like it took like an hour for the story mode. Like you would go through the story mode and it took like an hour because of power creep wasn't a thing yet, and everything, builds were like different, elite specializations didn't exist. So there's a bunch over here. I don't know if there's probably some down here. Just kind of want to explore and see all of the things in this dungeon. So I don't know. It would have been really cool. There's a world somewhere where they did that, where these dungeons, are like, okay, well, you go through the story mode, but then you find out in the explorable that it's way longer and way bigger, and there's way more to it. There's a lot more mechanics in there, and treasures to find, and like all these things, and that's kind of like the end game, right? And then, as they wanted to explore like raiding thing, they could have like raid dungeons, like where the raids are like the continued version of that, where you have these story raids that are like these introductions, right? Like these introductions to raiding, right? They're kind of like the strike missions of this parallel universe, right? Of this concept that we're coming up with, and you do that, but then you get to see a lot more of it as you go through it, and you do the explorable path. You get to see a lot more of it, and you get to see all of these different these other mechanics and bosses and treasure, and there's a lot more to find, and yada yada yada. Like I think there is a world somewhere where that is that yours? Oh no, it's Jin's. Always forget whose is whose. It is in order. It goes down like the crocodiles, Rezas, the reef lurkers, Morgans. Heda has the mountain eagle. Acolyte Jin has the stalker. Gwen has the strider, and Beck has the wolf. And then Olivia doesn't have anything. But yeah. But I think that would be really cool. I think that would have been I don't know if it's better or worse or whatever, but I think it would have been really, really cool to have that if they really went ham with doing that. And, it kind of could have been where they go back and do these as like hard mode dungeons later down the road, where, if they had continued, because they did that with season 1, right? They wanted to do open world dungeons. They did do 2 dungeons during season 1, where they went in and you have the Molten Alliance dungeon, and then you have the Aether Blade hideout, right? Like they did do dungeons, and those were a lot more elaborate with a lot more things to it, but then they decided, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We don't want to do that, and it was kind of a shame. I kind of hated that a lot, that they abandoned dungeons. I think that the problem with it is I feel like, oh god, I hope it's not gonna come in here. If it comes in here, we're dead. Okay, kill those. Ah. Come back around? What's happening here? Okay, there's treasure there. I'm gonna leave these guys up here. That's a safe spot. Out of the way. I'm gonna try to open these. I don't know if those balls will come back or not. So technically, if we had gone the other way, as you guys can see, we would have come up this path here, and they would have come rolling this way, and we wouldn't really have a way to like get out of the way maybe in time. Oh, there's 3 down there, like 3 where the boss key is. Interesting. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, I don't know, that's kind of a thought that I had. So I'm gonna finish up this dungeon, and I'm probably gonna head out. Unless something magnificent happens, we get like a lot more viewers in here. Let's see. Do I want to go around this way? Can I go around this way? Do I need to go get that unstable gelatinous material, or can I just go around this way? We'll go through here. We'll see what this brings. I'm guessing this brings me to the other side of where that wall would take me. We've already defeated 110 enemies. I mean, we're getting like the dungeon delver. Where is that? The risky delver here. I mean, we're getting a lot of points towards that. Going through this. Oops. Oh, I gotta kill. Wait, what? 5 minutes for each boss you kill? Oh, okay. I don't have any bosses here. Wait, where are the pets? Where's this mountain eagle? Why is this mountain eagle stuck again? Alright, you guys wait there. I'm gonna go. Oh, no. I need whoever the mountain eagle person is. So all of you come with me. We're not waiting. Where did they get stuck? Down there. On the chest. Alright, I guess we are picking up that. I didn't even realize that they got stuck on that. But yeah, that is probably one of the worst mechanics. Getting body blocked by a random chest. Alright, let's go this way. Let's go. I'm not gonna get this, by the way. Would be nice to get it, but it's okay. We didn't. I think there's a boss maybe down there or something, but we didn't get it in time. All right, let's see if we actually burst through the other side of where we were. Yeah, we know already how to do this. Hello. Ooh, there's Gloop. Maybe we can defeat Gloop in time. Go, attack Gloop. He's a water elemental. Water elementalist. Ember just died. Wow, there's 5 treasures around here. Oh, I didn't make it. Oh well. I didn't make it. Well, wait, what? Temporarily earned 4 reputation points. Now we get 7 per kill right now, you guys. We get a ton per kill. Yeah, we get a ton. We get 12. This is +3. That's 4 plus 7. Wow, everyone's dead. Everyone just died. Look at all this treasure in here, though. We'll come back. I risked it all. Oh. I'm gonna summon my assassin. Go! Go, assassin. Do your thing. Attack. Oh, he died. Never mind. Never mind, assassin. You're good. My gamble didn't pay off. Alright. Fine. We'll just have to walk back. That's not too bad. I'm gonna go... pressure plate door. Pressure plate. Alright, let's go to the pressure plate. We'll go back to that room in a minute. Obviously, I need to go there because I need the key. But I do want to see... Oh, there's an ancient ooze in here. Is there a treasure here? There's not. A lockpick. Hell yeah. But yeah, we're getting some good points here right now in the risky delver section. Like the more enemies you get, wow, we get 3 blobs of ooze too. Nice. The more enemies you kill too, the higher the like points you get from like killing bosses and stuff. Because like in the beginning, you guys see it's like 50 and like whatever, you know, low amounts like that. But as we there's money over there. But as we kill more of them, there's another ancient ooze. There's a pressure plate here. See if there's treasure in this room. The passage has opened. Alright. I guess let's just go. Let's just go in. I'm just gonna target the ancient ooze right away. Summon another assassin. Oops, I attacked that albino rat. I keep killing all the rats. Burn bonus reputation. How many points do I get? Double for each that I kill. Wow, that's a lot of points. Right? 534. Didn't get anything from that. Okay. Ember, come back. Morgan, revive your grief lurker. So 534. Okay, we get like 9. So as you guys can see, as you build that up, as you go through these areas, you get so many you can get so many points. And in hard mode is even crazier. You can get like crazy amounts. Alright, Ember, come back. Alright, I'm gonna open this chest. I retained, I got a guardian spear and I retained my thing. So health, half skill of half skill recharge of spells. That doesn't really, that's not good. It's not good, but it's okay. So there's nothing else down there. We'll go this way. There's that ancient ooze. Another ancient ooze. Why is there so many? Earlier when I had the boss thing, I didn't get any bosses. Now I'm like fighting what, 3-4 bosses in a row now that I fought? Like kind of crazy. Boom, we got a morale boost. And we got 200 points for killing that. Everyone get to the side. Run away. I don't know where it's going. It's coming our way. Pets! No, the pets! Oh god. Oh my god, it just turned around. Holy crap. Oh no. Oh no, what is happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no. People are dying. What is going on here? Okay, oh god, the aggressive crocodile. That's phrases. Come on, crocodile, you can do it. I forgot his name already. Croc. That's what we need. Croc. Come on, Croc. Alright, so a passage opened up. Let me see if there's any treasure around here. No. There's another ancient ooze. I don't think I want to go fight that, but I'm gonna go this way. Incubus. Not the time. Not the time right now for that. Please leave. Ooh, we got rank 4. Highest rank we can get. So this door just opened. We opened that with the treasure. So there's different paths that you can take through this whole dungeon. Obviously you don't, we went over there and we died over there. We're gonna go over there right now to get all that treasure and stuff, but you don't have to go. I already did that. Yeah, so we have all those treasure chests over there, or those, whatever it is. Could be ghosts too. Imagine having an army of ghosts. There is a dungeon somewhere. I mean, we did already one dungeon. Was it the first one that had all the level 20? We have pets all level 20 now. Nice. One of the pets level. We did have that one dungeon where there was a lot a lot of ghosts that we got, like a lot of the dwarven ghosts. I feel like there probably is more around. Oh my god, why is there even more? Where did they come from? There wasn't that many earlier, was there? It's fine. We're killing them. We're doing a good job. Alright, get that. Get the boss key. Get the hunter scroll. Get the gelatinous material. I'm just gonna open this door. This opens the... I mean, we were here on the other side. Did we not come all the way down? Oh, we did not. I know. I turned around. I went somewhere else. I don't remember. We have a thing here. $32 gold. Ooh, can I get? Is that too far to get both of them? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna risk it, you guys. Risk it. World armor and that's nice. I think I have the full heavy set, I want to say. Oh, one was a ghost. We did get a ghost. We did get a ghost friend. And got the lockpick. Lost my lockpick. I got a soul spire. Okay. Name. Alright. I think it's time. I don't think there's any other treasure around. And again, there's only one level dungeon anyways. We wouldn't be getting anything great out of it either way. So I think it's time for us to just kind of move on. We could loop back around to the other side that way. We're gonna go this way, and we're gonna go down where we were already, and then we're gonna go down this passage, through the lock, to the prismatic ooze. Again, we don't have to fight everyone. It's nice to get those extra points and stuff like that. I mean, for each boss you kill, again, we don't have... Is there an ancient ooze around? There's an ancient ooze around. I could go try to get that 200 points. I hear a rock, but I don't see one. So it must be on the other side. Alright, I'm gonna go for the ancient ooze. Get that 200 points, at least once. Go, Dwarven Ghosts. Go, Pet Army. Do your thing. Get me those extra 200 points. Boom. Oh, there's something in the... There's something by the boss room. There's something in the boss room. Oh, it's those things. Okay, we gotta get by here. Excuse me, excuse me. I'm just gonna run. Just run! Someone's probably gonna die, but it's okay. Oh, no one died. Not even the ghost. Alright, cool. Like that. Aw. Get him! Alright, so the boss lock. Is this another ghost friend? Yes, it is. You get another ghost friend. Okay. 100 dwarf reputation points. Wow, we're doing pretty good there. All right, and here we go. There's 3 prismatic oozes in this final dungeon room. Very nice. Looks a very cool one. Is there treasure in here? There is, all around. All around. Alright, go. I don't remember how this works. We got a dungeon map. Oh, one of the prismatic oozes is dead. Ember is dead too. Just gonna try to get the treasures while they do their thing. Oh my goodness. All the pets are dead. The armies are coming! Ember, revive. Aww. Go for the aggressive oozes. Earn 10 extra reputation per kill. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, I'm just getting the treasure. If we die, we die, but at least I have all the treasure already done. I won't have to worry about it. Yeah, everyone's dying right now. I don't want to attack the prismatic ooze. Why are we targeting that? Okay, well, let me just... Okay. Alright, I've opened all the treasures, I think, right? Maybe there's more? Didn't I just hear more? I don't know. We'll see. That's okay. We defeated 2 out of 3 on this. Have to go back in. We'll be fine. We don't need any help. Go for the aggressive Uzis. Kill the aggressive Uzis. Yeah, we're just gonna kill the... Yeah, I don't think there's any more treasure in here. We did it! Yeah, so the thing is that they summoned more enemies as they died. As you guys can see, there's more and more coming. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Oh, there is... Oh, no. There's one more treasure, but it was just at the right time they would let me know that the chest was here. Alright, gelatinous material, and we got a wooden buckler. Yeah, I don't know. That's not even... That's very situational again on some of these. Alright, so we did that dungeon. Ooze Pit. The earthquakes allowed numerous creatures, some previously unknown to man, to rise from the depths. Disgusting membranous creatures of fluid and flagellum are one such anomaly to arrive. At a loss for words, most adventurers simply called them oozes. These highly adaptable creatures mutate and thrive in all manner of environments, including the intense heat of molten earth. Their adaptability goes far beyond simple survival. Oozes get more than simple sustenance from feeding upon their prey. They assume the magic abilities inherent in the creatures they ingest. There is no telling how many creatures and humans may linger within an ooze, giving it access to a huge variety of powers. As a result, elder oozes are far more dangerous than their young. As testament to the tenacity of the human race, some merchants specialize in trading for the jelly-like creatures. The oozes applications in magic, medicine, and alchemy are far-reaching. It gives us a little breakdown of like ooze society, as you will. And we did that. Yay! Awesome. So that was fun. Alright, now we just gotta wait for that to end. I like some of these skins. The reinforced defender looks pretty cool. We really didn't get much. We got blobs of oozes. I don't think I'm gonna keep those, but yeah. I love the little water droplets in here too, coming from the ceiling. Look good. Actually, like, well, I don't know. I'm guessing this isn't supposed to be the sky. That's supposed to be just like darkness above, like there's a chasm up there. Imagine having these dungeons in Guild Wars 2 where you could kind of just like explore them at will. Like I could get on a sky scale and go to like a higher level or something. And there's something above there. I still think underground maps are like the least used like in Guild Wars 2, and that's such a shame because I really think there's some underground stuff that they could do. That would be really cool.
Impressed.
Ah, well, just what I needed. I'm impressed, human. You're not dead. Well done. In a race of mostly worthless creatures, I suppose there must be one or two exceptions. Here, I filled this barrel with some of the ooze. Load the siege weapon and hold on to your entrails. Okay, so can we like give that to him? Do anything?
You may be useful. You may be useful.
Okay, he doesn't actually give us anything. So it's kind of weird that he says that. Alright, weird. It doesn't do anything. Alright, well, that's going to be it for the stream today. Wasn't a lot going on. I'll probably do a longer one tomorrow. I'll probably do something different tomorrow. And then we'll do a little bit of a longer one. Because I don't want to start, like, the thing is I don't want to start another dungeon. Because then it's going to be, like, way long of a stream. And I don't really want to do that today. I guess I could throw that out. Well, we've made some good money too. Really nice going through these dungeons and just making a crap ton of money. Yeah, we did 9 platinum. That's pretty good. So, alright, yeah, so, yeah, we'll be doing more Elden Ring, and hopefully we can get to the point where I can finish that soon. And like I said, I'll be looking into maybe doing some, I don't know if I'm going to be doing Guild Wars 2 tomorrow, for the dungeon rush or something. I don't know, but, it's like, I didn't really participate in the last one, but I've done dungeons so much, and I feel like I don't really get anything out of it. Because there's nothing in the dungeons that I really need or want. So it's just kind of like, okay, you know, I'm just kind of like hanging out doing these dungeons or whatever. But yeah, it also depends on like what they have for rewards on it and stuff like that. So I don't know if there's like a cool weapon skin that we get out of it or something. So we'll have to see. That, and then yeah, I'll be looking into like doing a couple other videos. They will take me a little while to make because I've been just really busy lately. But yeah, hopefully I can do that. So, but yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Jacob, for being here, and thank you everyone that was in the background. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back.